Please rise. Please rise. Please rise. Please remain standing.
I would like to call up De'Eric Gibbons and Adriana Smith to do our Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all.
Hola, muy buenas a todos. Voy a hablar en español un ratito. Esto es el juramento de lealtad en español. Prometo lealtad a la bandera de los Estados Unidos de América y la república que representa, una nación ante Dios, indivisible, con libertad y justicia para todos. Ladies and gentlemen, the principal. Excuse me. Where?
You may be seated.
Let's give it up for the High Point Central Marine Corps, JROTC. So in my rushing this morning, I forgot my speech, but I have it on my phone. But I would like to welcome and say good morning to all of our parents, family members, friends, and guests. I welcome you here to Guilford eLearning University Prep second promotion ceremony. It is indeed an honor to serve you as the inaugural principal of this fine virtual school. Before I present my remarks, I would like to take this opportunity to thank two assistant principals, Ms. Cutler and Ms. Kimball, all the support staff for their hard work with our students and families, and a special thank you goes to the teachers who committed countless hours to ensure the success of every student and their dedication to take a personal interest in the students' academic and social emotional needs. To the parents, guardians, and learning coaches of the class of 2022, I say congratulations to you on this day, because without your love and support, your students wouldn't be here today. To the 8th grade class of 2022, behind me, who would have thought 2 years ago that any of you would be attending a virtual school? For most of you, the last time you sat in a traditional classroom was March 2020, while you were in the 6th grade. The pandemic plagued our world and reimagined education, leading all to shift to a virtual education. But when the doors of the traditional building reopened, you all chose to stay. For most, you thrive and love online learning. For others, your parents made you do it. But that's okay, because as of today, you all successfully made it to the end. I found this quote by Lily, yes. You all made it. It's kind of difficult them being behind me, but y'all hear what I'm saying. I found this quote by Lily Vahir that I want to leave with you. It says, behind you all your memories, before you all your dreams, around you all you who love you, but within you all you need. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams, live the life you have imagined, believe deep within yourself that you can virtually do anything. You can do virtually anything you put your mind to. And in the words of Ronald Wilson, I want you all to go and be great. Congratulations, class of 2022. And at this time, I would like to present Ms. Jusmar Maness, Deputy Chief of Schools, for remarks.
Good morning, everyone. Buenos dias. We are here today to celebrate these amazing young people that faced a lot of challenges for the past 2 years. From learning to adapt to learn in a different way, remote, virtual, and really learn to discover new talents through the past 2 years. They faced a lot of challenges and show resiliency to be here today. That was thanks to you, parents and families, and to the teachers who really thrived to give them everything and the best support for the past 2 years. As they have learned to face so many challenges for the past 2 years, they've also learned how to overcome them. And what I charge you with is to continue to support them and show them that these challenges only make them better. Continue to thrive for those dreams that they have and continue to support them so that when they finish that this school year and continue to high school, they take those lessons with them to get those dreams to finish high school strong. Thank you, families and staff, for all the support you've given these past 2 years to make them stronger. Students, you made it, virtually, but you made it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Maness, for those awesome remarks. This past school year, we had an unfortunate event to take place. We lost a loved one, we lost a student, and at this time, I'm going to call Mr. Howell to do a reflection, remembering Jakaylen.
Good morning. We want to take this time to remember a very special student, that was taken from us way too early, too soon this February, Jakaylen Chambers' son, Francina Chambers. Now back in the fall, GUP offered an enrichment program on Winning Wednesdays, and I was fortunate enough to drive a bus and was assigned to pick up Jakaylen for each session. Most students I picked up would mumble or grunt as I wished them good morning, but not Jakaylen. He always answered back, good morning, and how was I doing? In the afternoons, he always wished me a good afternoon, and he looked forward to seeing me on the next bus ride. When I rode the bus growing up, sitting in the back was always the goal, but not Jakaylen. He always picked the seat just diagonally from me, across from me. Though way too brief, I count myself fortunate to have been a part of Jakaylen's life. In just the short time I knew him, I discovered that he was a very friendly, a humble and caring young man that enjoyed hanging out with friends and playing video games. My life has been truly blessed and is much the richer for having known Jakaylen. Let's take this moment of silence to honor and remember Jakaylen Chambers. Thank you.
Is Miss Francina in the audience this morning? No? Okay. We have something special for her, and we'll make sure we get that to her. So it's nothing like hearing the experiences of the students of what it's like to be a virtual student. So at this time, I'm going to call up, and they're going to come up one by one, Matthew Bryant, Javon Collins, Kaya Dalton, Dylan Davis, and Cheyenne Smith. If you all could come up one at a time. I'm going to Kaya Dalton.
Thank you. Ms. Robeson, teachers, students, friends, and family. My name is Matthew Bryant, and I've been a student at Guilford University Prep for 2 years. Virtual schooling has allowed me to see my assignments for the week, so I knew what was coming and how to balance my time. There was a lot of flexibility in doing the work, but you couldn't get behind it, or it would be a disaster. And if you didn't get the work done, the computer ratted you out, and there were no excuses like, I lost my homework, or I didn't know we had that to do. We were given many chances to get caught up on our work if we got behind. Live classes kept me on track. Classes were small enough that I could ask questions and make comments without being judged by anyone. Classes were very interactive. The teachers never made you feel dumb. There were games for learning, and even Ms. Huffs, believe it or not. There were no problems with discipline. There was a great deal of respect for teachers and for the students. They encouraged us to do our best. I'm not sure how many times Mr. Skinkle said, do your best and you will succeed. But it was a lot. Mr. Howell, you taught us so much about history and how it has affected us today. Mr. Graham, you rock. Mrs. Ingram, your forensics class was a tough one to investigate. The teachers seemed to know me well. They knew my strengths and my weaknesses. Dr. Williams, you know all about that with my math weaknesses. And they tried to make sure we all succeeded. So here we are today. Teachers having office hours were great when you didn't understand something or you were stressed. They were there for you. My favorite day of the school week was Tuesday, because y'all know what day it was. It was Turn Up Tuesday. Thank you to all my teachers for getting me through middle school.
Thank you.
Good morning, teachers, Principal Robeson, and family. I am here today to talk about my thoughts on attending GIA virtual school. Thank you for this opportunity to say a few words about my thoughts on attending GIA. My name is Kylie Collins. I have attended virtual school since 2020. I started attending school remotely due to the pandemic and decided along with my parents, which is my mom and dad, along with to continue my learning virtually. I was really excited about the fact that my once face-to-face school teacher from Harrison Middle School, Ms. Norfleet, was going to now be my teacher virtually through GI. A few of my favorite reasons why I like attending virtual school are making friends, attending live sessions, and increasing my technology skills. I made new friends through attending live sessions, joining Lunch Bunch, and other virtual clubs like Art Club, Student Government, and the GIA gaming community. The live sessions allowed me to get help with my assignments when needed. It allowed the teachers to check in on us through FCLs. I also enjoyed the fact that the teachers can be fun and serious at the same time. I love technology. I enjoyed using Microsoft Teams, Discord, and Canvas, and email at GI. I used various methods to complete assignments in class, chat with my friends, and to help folks, sometimes with computer issues. Most importantly, I got to increase my relationships with my friends and teachers through virtual clubs and through teams and emails. My favorite class outside of my academic courses was entrepreneurship course. I decided to be a pastor of the church whenever I grow up. I also decided to be a founder of an IT company and a contractor for building structures throughout all Guilford County. The entrepreneurship course gave me assignments that taught me about nonprofit businesses, for-profit businesses, and services that will help me accomplish my future goals. Thank you, Ms. Norfleet, for all the years you have taught me and instilled me to think, do my best, and to complete my assignments during and after my live sessions. Thank you to all my Encore teachers that have taught me things like art, PE, typing, STEM, and entrepreneurship. Thank you, Principal Robeson, for all that you do to keep us informed on what's going on at GIA. Thank you to all my students. And one more thing. I want to thank my mom and dad for supporting me and encouraging me to do the speech. And my family and friends. Thank you, and good luck to all my friends and classmates.
Good morning. Good morning.
My name is Kylie Collins, and I am here to share my reflection of Guilford eLearning University Prep. In the beginning of the school year, I did not want to go to a virtual school, but because of COVID, I had to be safe. My teachers really helped me to better my education. They motivated me to learn and were able to help me throughout the day. One of my most favorite events at school was attending virtual field trips. On Wednesdays, we visit many places such as China and Thailand. We learn about their cultures, education, and various food they ate. Another event that I really enjoyed was the social interactions, and it helped me to better manage my anxieties, to meet new friends, and use tools about self-confidence. I really enjoy my classes. They help me enhance my educational skills, but my most favorite class is science because it helps me understand how the natural world works in our daily lives, the importance of space, time, and energy. That's why I'm going to be a physicist. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Dylan Davis, and I'm a student here at GUP. In the summer of 2019, our family moved from Michigan to North Carolina, where we didn't know anybody. Soon after, I started at Criminal Middle School for my 6th grade school year. I was still sort of unhappy about moving here, and I did feel a bit lonely, but I began to settle into some sense of normalcy. But then COVID hit. I started with remote learning at Criminal, and I realized that I actually really enjoyed it. Well, fast forward to the summer before 7th grade, and I had to choose whether to stay at Criminal or switch to the new Guilford eLearning University Prep Academy. And it was a new online school, and no one really knew what it was going to be like. We were still kind of wary of getting sick, so we decided to give it a try. And it ended up being one of the best decisions I ever made. GUP was everything I wanted out of the school and more, and I felt like I really belonged there. Choosing to stay for 8th grade was one of the easiest decisions I ever made. GUP is an incredible school, and it really takes your expectations for an online school and blows them out of the park. It may not be perfect for everyone, but anyone who's gone there will agree with me that it was an amazing experience. There are a few things that I really love about GUP. In particular, I enjoy the flexibility that comes from creating your own work schedule. I loved being able to see all of my work for the whole week because it really helped me work at my own pace. I was even able to take a high school Spanish 2 class through Apex Learning, which is a great opportunity I might not have had elsewhere. Another thing that really stood out to me was how easy it was to communicate with teachers. You have your normal live sessions, but also office hours almost every day along with core labs. Most teachers were even willing to set up an extra session if you asked for it. If that didn't work, you could just send an inbox message and you'd get a response back right away. The teachers were phenomenal. That's not it. Another great thing about GUP was I didn't experience any bullying during my time there. Everyone was very kind and encouraging in live sessions and discussion boards. And if you needed a break from people, you could always just take a step back since you aren't really forced to interact with anyone. But I still can't say enough amazing things about the teachers. They would try to let you problem solve on your own or walk you through things you didn't understand. They all had a very fun and interactive learning experience, and we did so many review games where you got to interact with other students. The teachers there really made it easy to learn. In fact, my time here at GUP has made it possible for me to achieve one of my biggest goals. I'll be attending the early college at Guilford in the fall, thanks in part to the great support and encouragement I've had here. Overall, GUP is phenomenal in every way, and I can't find a single negative thing to say about it. Even though it's only been in existence for 2 years, it's already become such an amazing and welcoming community. Thank you to everyone at GUP who gave me and so many others the best middle school experience we could have asked for. Congratulations to all of us 8th graders here today. I hope GUP has helped you achieve your goals as well.
Morning, everyone. Before I start, I want everybody to get hyped and repeat after me. Graduation! Graduation! That's great. Well, my name is Sean Smith, also known as Lems to everyone here. I'm a rising 9th grader, and I'm just very proud of all my friends and classmates and where we are today. I'd first like to thank all my teachers. Ms. Deans for always helping us persevere and educating us on so many things to help us understand and analyze passages and articles. I'd also like to thank Ms. Lucas, who encouraged all of us to get our work done and do our best in class. I also quite appreciate her famous quote, "Look at all these kids coming to class." I'd also like to thank Ms. Winfrey for all the fun and exciting ways to learn and understand the history of North Carolina and America itself, and how we shouldn't throw away our shot. Yes, that is a Hamilton reference. I also enjoyed being able to relate to her, since both her and my family are from the Virgin Islands. I also like to thank Ms. Miller, the Math 1 teacher, for always waking up the class so early in the morning with her determination to help us learn some math, and always greeting us with a smile and a "Hey friends," or "Oh sugar bears." I'd finally like to thank all my classmates and family who always stuck by my side and helped each other out when work was tough. I especially like to thank my parents. My mom, who always helped me out every day about how to listen to my work. And I also like to thank my dad for providing me for everything I needed to do well and get past the school year. And my grandma for all her prayers and motivation. Well, none of you might not know this, but on the first day of school, my whole half of the grade made a huge circle to talk to, and everyone was so friendly and funny, and I just knew that I was going to have a great time. I'm only here in jail. I know things have been rough with COVID and not being able to experience middle school, but you made it. You're going to high school. Sure, things will get tough and way more serious, but you can always count those who believe in yourself and work hard to get where and what you want to be in life, and your success will follow along with you. This is the time to build some of your closest bonds with others, and even if you may not hear my beautiful voice, I will always be here, and we'll always have each other in spirit. To finish up, I'd like to thank everyone here and let them know to be the change that we want to be in this world. You made it, everyone. Good job. Now go eat some pizza and don't go into the security room. Yes, that is a finite tip for these reference.
Let's give all of our student speakers a round of applause. Awesome. I promise you I didn't pay them to say any of that. I'm just over here in tears. I'm really excited and I'm really grateful for the words of expression that they all shared. That was very heartfelt. At this time, I'm going to call Miss Karen Harris, our awesome school social worker, to introduce our speaker.
Good morning. Blake E. Odum serves as the founder and executive director of the Motivational Foundation, established in 2010 in Flint, Michigan. For over a decade, his focus has been to equip youth with tools for success by way of exposure through travel, collegiate preparation, mentoring, and inspiring young people through the magic of education. While serving the Triad region, Blake has accomplished much, being named 40 under 40, one of the Triad's most influential African Americans under the age of 40. While serving in partnership and as a consultant to GCS, he received the Communities in School of High Point Community Partner of the Year Award and the Guilford Education Alliance Spark Award for his effective and impactful work with young people. While serving both in High Point and Greensboro, Blake has amassed a strong reputation for leadership within the community. In 2020, Blake ran for Guilford County Board of Education and came up short, unseating the incumbent by approximately 70 votes out of over 37,000 voters. As a motivational speaker, he was invited to open as preliminary speaker on behalf of the late civil rights icon, Congressman John Lewis, during his trip to Greensboro. More than anything, he is a community advocate, striving to give a voice to those who need to be heard the most. As a result of his community activism in Greensboro, Blake was appointed to serve on the Board of Commissions for the City of Greensboro's Parks and Recreation Department. Blake has an influence on the evolving culture of public education. Follow Blake on TikTok for his new and upcoming series, Motivational Mondays, at Odum. Blake is motivated by the words of the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? After a musical performance under the direction of Mr. Andre Graham, music director, and Mr. Kenneth Butler, band and orchestra director, we will have our motivational moment from none other than Mr. Blake E. Odum.
Oftentimes, we come to graduation and we hear inspirational songs, and they're beautiful. But this is G-Up. G-Up's not a normal school, right? It's a virtual school, so we didn't want to do things in a normal. Y'all got to get hype with me. You got to get a little hype with me, all right? So this morning, we wanted to take a song and share with the students a different perspective. We want to give you a perspective, students, of how we feel. We love y'all so much that we're going to miss you 8th graders so much. But have you ever thought about how teachers feel when the 8th graders leave? Well, we got a couple of songs that we're going to share with you this morning, and we just want to express our hearts with you. Is that okay? Can we do that with you guys? All right. We'll miss you guys and we love you. Proud of you.
I'm a mic holder. Now, how do you follow that? Goodness. I'm going to have everybody participate in a quick activity with me because moments like this are super significant and very special. If you have your cell phone, let's just go ahead and in your seat, you can stand up and we're going to turn around and get a selfie with the graduates in the background. How about that? Let's do that real quick. Y'all ready? I'm putting mine on portrait. I know how to look good on social media. Y'all got that? Let's give these graduates a round of applause. Thank you to everyone who is here, to our Board of Education, our Madam Chairwoman, Dina Hayes, our Superintendent, Dr. Sharon Contreras, to the principal of the Virtual Academy, who has done a magnificent job. And to you, the parents, this has not been an easy task. Giving a little backstory here, I remember where I was when we got the news about COVID. I was serving as the Youth Development Coordinator at Vandalia Elementary School at the time, and I was sitting in my office, and my good buddy, Doug Brown, who is an EC teacher, he runs in my office and he says, "Man, you're the only person with a TV in the whole school. Turn the news on." And I'm like, "Well, Doug, you know we're not supposed to be watching TV on the clock." I have to say that because I know our superintendent is watching. But we turned the news on and we saw these cases popping up all over the world. And he said, "Man, it's coming here. I guarantee you it's coming." I said, "Listen, man, this is America. This is the United States. We have some of the brightest minds in the world. We have some of the best doctors. We have some of the most advanced technology. COVID is not coming to America. You tripping, brother. Calm down." The next day, Doug Brown walks in my office again, and this time he has on a mask and gloves and looking like one of the Ghostbusters. And he said, "Man, listen, I'm telling you, the cases are here." And we saw right on my board every day the number of cases that were popping up. And about 2 weeks later, well, backtrack a little bit. By the beginning of that next week, he said, "Listen, man, today, if you don't listen to nothing else that I'm telling you, everybody thinks I'm crazy. If you don't listen to nothing else that I'm telling you, go to the grocery store. Stock up on toilet paper, stock up on paper towel, stock up on Lysol, get all of that stuff today. Listen to me, man, I'm telling you." Everybody was calling him Mr. CDC. They thought that he was crazy. They said, "You're tripping, you're being paranoid. This is America, like, okay, pump your brakes." But you know me, I was raised by my grandmother, and my grandmother used to say, "Warning comes before destruction." So what did I do? I went to Harris Teeter, I got my toilet paper, I got paper towel, I got Lysol, I got everything, and I said, nothing else. I will have this for the rest of the year. It's something I won't have to buy if it never touches America. The next day, we went to the store and the shelves were empty. COVID had reached America. And we were in constant communication with the superintendent's cabinet, getting word from them to all of our principals and to the administrative staff and the teachers about what we were going to do. And by that following week, we were at home. We were in the house. And I just want to take this opportunity to give special kudos to our superintendent and her cabinet, because during the pandemic, we didn't lay off anybody. Nobody lost their job. She figured out how to turn buses into mobile hotspots. And while everybody else was kind of coasting to figure out what everybody else was doing, we had leadership in this district from the superintendent's cabinet, forward-thinking leaders who were figuring out how to put something like a virtual academy together. So I want to give kudos to them at this time. The student speakers did so well. To my buddy Dylan, where are you? Where are you? Raise your hand. You moved from Michigan. I'm from Michigan too. It gets better. I love it here. North Flint, Michigan, born and raised on the playground is where I spend most of my days. Cooling, relaxing, maxing all, cooling all, shooting some b-ball outside of the school winter. I'm in the right place. Greg, good to see you, man. I'm in the right place. The energy here is just amazing. Anytime you know that, you know you're in the right place, okay? But in the words of the great philosopher, the modern philosopher, the great poet of our time, somebody who I really compare to Shakespeare in his writings, they're so eloquent, a great speaker and writer and poet, in the words of Drake himself, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So I'm going to say what I have to say and be out of your way, okay? Again, follow me on TikTok. This is my shameless plug. We're building something with the Motivational Foundation called Motivational Mondays. And so while your kids are at home still, during the summer, we're going to be motivating them. I know, goodness, just another kudos to the parents. I remember when we went into quarantine, I guess we can call it that. When we went home, I remember thinking like, man, I'm not gonna call no students' names that I had at Vandalia, but I just remember thinking, man, so-and-so's mama gotta deal with them all day. And I know your kids probably get on your nerves, but listen, we're not here at a funeral. We're not here at a court hearing. We're not here trying to figure out how to get somebody out of some trouble. We are here because we are celebrating the promotion of your brilliant and resilient young people. To go through what they went through over the last 2 years and to be sitting here behind us, smiling and having good things to say, this was tough. I want to tell you what one of the doctors, one of the scientists who said that we were in communication with my nonprofit as we were figuring out how we were going to do travel. They said, you know, we only face a pandemic, not even this, the magnitude that we're facing is one of the largest that we've ever faced. But we really only face a pandemic once every 100 years. So our children were the ones who lived through it, and for that I am truly grateful for them. We have something to celebrate. I want to speak really quickly about living on the edge of possibilities. Living on the edge of possibilities. This is the age of technology. And we will find that our students who have been a part of the Virtual Academy will be much better because they went through the Virtual Academy. You know, I look at job postings for IT jobs all the time, and I'm like, man, they're making like $200,000 and some a year. How do I apply for that? And I'm like, I can't even really work PowerPoint that good, so this is probably not my avenue. But your kids, your young people are going to be the ones who step into those roles and really transform our society in such a mighty way. But that must not go without common sense. I was raised by my grandmother. My mother was a single parent. At the age of 4, my father left, and my mother said I was sitting on the steps, and I looked at her and I said, Mom, I hate you. And she said, you hate me? I'm paying the bills. I'm putting food on the table. You go flip the light switch, the lights come on. You go in there, open the refrigerator, there's a juice box in there for you. And you hate me? Why you hate me? I said, because you made my daddy take his socks and his shoes. And that was the beginning of me understanding that my father would no longer be in the home for very good reasons. My father had a mental illness. He was addicted, heavily addicted to drugs. At about the age of 5, we were having a garage sale, and our house was surrounded by people who my dad owed money to. And we had to go and live in my grandmother's basement for a long time. I kind of tucked away in hiding because he owed them that much money that my aunts and uncles and some others were able to kind of get the money to pay him off, and they sent him to Texas to be with his family away from us because he had put our lives in such danger. And you think coming out of certain circumstances you would be a certain way, but the choice to be successful is really up to you. And we have positioned our young people, put them in a position to be very successful. But with the virtual academy and all this technical learning, and all of us come from different homes. All of us have stories, and we come from different backgrounds. But I was raised by my grandmother. Like I said, my mother was working 3 jobs trying to support my siblings and I. And my grandmother, who was retired, kind of took the brunt of raising us. And one of the things that I thank her for, and I'm always careful to say everything good that I am is because of that woman. Everything good that I am is because of that nurse who spent her retirement raising some grandkids that she didn't have to do. But she instilled in us the values of common sense. One thing that I respect about the pandemic, and there are certain things that we hate about the pandemic, and then on the other hand, there are certain things that we have to respect about the pandemic. One of the things that I respect about the pandemic is our students were in places where they were around people who hopefully were teaching them common sense. Most of the common sense I learned was at home. I know certain teachers feel like, oh, my babies are safest when they're with me. I teach them everything, but there is nothing like some good common sense teaching from somebody like my grandmother. My grandmother moved her mother into the house, my big mama. My grandmother passed away before my big mama, and my big mama lived to be 105 years old. And my big mama, who had only a 3rd grade education because she was forced to drop out of school and work in the fields of Urbana, Alabama, she instilled in us very important lessons, math lessons. She was a mathematician, and I really didn't understand it until I got older. She wasn't a mathematician from a point of trigonometry or from a point of, as we said in GCS, Math 4. She was just a mathematician with word problems. She said things like this: it pays to do right, and it costs to do wrong. Common sense like that I tucked away and took those gold nuggets with me, and I carry them every day. She said things like, don't talk so much because an empty wagon makes a whole lot of noise. And so when you think about things like that, this technological generation of young people cannot go without common sense. And my grandmother used to always say, and I have just got to the point where I can talk about it without getting too emotional, but she used to always say, you're going to travel, you're going to speak to the world, you're going to make a difference in the world in such a mighty way. You're going to be a little politician. She used to say things to me like that growing up, like speaking life into me. That's very important that we speak life into these young people, right? And so a lot of that has come to fruition, but she used to always say, you got to be humble. You got to be humble. I want to tell our young people that as smart as they are, I'm sure they can probably work the computer better than 99% of us because they sat behind that screen for 2 years, right? But as smart as these young people are, we have to remind them that there is a lesson in humility. I want to tell a few stories and get out of the way. Young people, your parents remind me of the rich man who had the feast at his home. He had a feast and he invited everybody from the village to his home because he knew his days were numbered. In the backyard, he had a big swimming pool, and he had his servants fill the swimming pool up with poisonous snakes. So as the dinner is going on, if y'all heard this story, just stick with me. As the dinner is going on, he invites everybody to the backyard, and he stands up at a podium kind of like this, and he says, listen, I'm getting older, my days are numbered. And I'm ready to give some of my fortune away. I'm either going to give my house away, I'm going to give my cars away, I'm going to give money away, my daughter's hands in marriage, whatever y'all want. The first person who can swim across this swimming pool and make it out alive, you can have whatever you want from me. Well, before he could finish stating everything that he was going to give away, it was a young 8th grade boy in that swimming pool, swimming. And he made it to the other side, and everybody is cheering for him, everybody's cheering, and they walk him around to the podium, and they are holding this young boy up, and they say, wow, you did it, you did the impossible. Nobody was supposed to make it out of here alive. You did the impossible. What do you want? You want $1 million? What do you want? You want any car in the garage? And you're like, I'm not old enough to drive. They say, we'll get you a driver. You want the house? You want one of my daughter's hands in marriage? What do you want? And he's shaking his head. He said, I don't want any of that. So by this time, the older gentleman is scratching his head, and he's like, I don't know what else I can give you. What is it that you want? And he said, I just want to know the name of the person who pushed me in that swimming pool. And young people, I'm here to remind you that you can do the impossible with a little push. And so I want you young people to give your parents a round of applause for pushing you to do what is considered impossible. I got 2 points, and I'm sitting down. One of them is we are really not supposed to tell young people this, but I want to tell you guys, I challenge you all to try and fail. Try and fail and fail and fail and fail, and eventually one day you're going to get it right. There are a couple people who come to mind when we think about failure. One of them was Jim Carey. We know Jim Carey to be a phenomenal actor, but Jim Carey, he didn't make it in the beginning. He got booed off stages when he was acting. Katy Perry, who is a phenomenal singer, she didn't make it. She was actually a gospel singer in the beginning. Then she released a gospel album. Y'all ever heard her gospel album? I know you haven't, because it didn't do that well. She failed, and she kept going. She signed with one record label, and she was so awful they cut her. She signed with another record label, and then she became Katy Perry. She didn't give up. She kept on trying. Oprah Winfrey is somebody else who failed. Y'all heard the story of Oprah. Oprah set out to be a news anchor. She said every time she showed up to a scene, the house was on fire and somebody died in the house fire, she would be on air crying. They said, Oprah, you can't do that. And so then she tried to go into another avenue of media. And then they started talking about her nose. They said she had a bell pepper nose and she needed to dye her skin and all of this other stuff. And so Oprah eventually became one of the greatest talk show hosts ever, and one of the richest women in the world, because she didn't give up. She kept trying and failing and trying and failing, and she got it right because she decided to live on the edge of possibilities. Somebody else, somebody who I really like, who failed a lot, was Jay-Z. Jay-Z was on his way to prison because he got involved in some gang violence. He grew up in the projects in New York, and eventually he had an altercation with somebody, and he ended up stabbing him, and they were getting ready to send him to prison. He got a good attorney. He was able to get off. He revamped his life, and he married Beyonce. Lord have mercy. But as we know, he became one of the richest music artists ever. He's a billionaire. The J.K. Rowling, the lady who wrote the Harry Potter series, she tried and failed and tried and failed and tried and failed. But the last one I want to talk about is somebody who made virtual learning possible. Well, two of them. One is Bill Gates, and one of them is Steve Jobs. Bill Gates invested money into a business early on, and the business was awfully unsuccessful. But he kept trying, and he became one of the richest technology moguls ever. Steve Jobs had a different story. He was working hard. He had built a team of people who were working for him at Apple. And he came into the boardroom one day, and as they're having a board meeting, they said he would be there all night talking about stuff that nobody wanted to talk about because that's what type of nerdy type of guy he was, right? And they said in one board meeting, they had put out their lunch pills and everything, and they were like, man, he'd be getting ready to be in here all night. And he walked in, he said, put your lunch away, put your snacks away. I just want to let you know, in the morning, we all going to be millionaires. Meeting adjourned. They're like, what? Here you go on some crazy stuff again. In the morning, guess what? They were millionaires. We fast forward, Steve Jobs ended up getting fired from his own company because he was too arrogant. What I tell you, my grandma used to say, be humble, be humble. He was too arrogant. So the board that he elected, they had a meeting and they sided with his partner in the business. And they said, you know what? You're running the business into the ground. Can't nobody tell you nothing. You're too arrogant. So we're going to decide to let you go as the chief executive officer of Apple. We got a little closet office over there for you. You can do like IT support until we kind of work you back up into this position, or you can go and find another job. He said, man, y'all gonna fire me for my own company. Y'all can have the company. I'm going somewhere else. Well, Apple was not as successful without Steve Jobs. So Steve Jobs ended up going on to help find Pixar Studios. He did a whole bunch of other stuff. He found another technology company. And as Apple is suffering and Steve Jobs is still bringing in some money, even though he had really fell off at the time, they came back to him and they said, okay, listen, we're gonna buy your company from you, and we're going to bring you back on as the CEO if we can do that. He became the Steve Jobs that we all know. And because he did not give up when he got fired from his own company, we all have iPhones in our hand and iPads right now. So I encourage you all to continue to try and fail and live on the edge of possibilities, because one day you will eventually get it right. Last, I want to end with this. Watch the people you surround yourself with. One of my mentors, Dr. Joyce Dixon, she always says, she says, the key to success is to surround yourself with people who are smarter than you. As my grandmother would have said it, you know, with that old wisdom, and she would have said it, if you hang around the barber shop long enough, eventually you're going to get a haircut. And if you hang around the swimming pool, eventually you're going to get in. Watch who you surround yourself with. In closing, I will say this. Every morning in the jungle in Africa, before the sun rises and greets the sky, there's a gazelle that awakes and she looks in the mirror and shines her horns, fixes her bangs, puts that stuff on her edges, you know, curls her eyelashes up, puts her lipstick on, and looks in the mirror and says to herself, if I want to survive today, I have to outrun the fastest lion, or else I'm going to become somebody's dinner. Every morning in that same jungle, before the sun rises to greet the sky, there's a lion that wakes up and he wipes the crust out of his eyes and he fixes his dreadlocks and he looks in the mirror and says to himself, if I want to survive today, I have to outrun the fastest gazelle, or else I'm going to starve to death. The moral of that story is, every morning, whatever jungle we find ourselves in, whether it be High Point, whether it be Greensboro, whether it be Flint, Michigan, whether it be Philly, Detroit, all the jungles all over this country, whatever jungle we find ourselves in, we have to wake up running, or else somebody is going to outrun us. Dr. King said it best. He said, one must seek to do his life's work as if God Almighty called him at this particular moment in history to do it. And he must do it with a sense of cosmic responsibility, no matter how small the job may be. He must do a little job in a big way. He must do an ordinary job in an extraordinary way. If you can't be the pine tree that sits at the top of the hill, then be the little shrub in the valley, but be the best little shrub on that side of the hill. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a little bitty trail. If you can't be the bright shining moon, just be a little bitty star, for it isn't by the size that you wear or fail. Just be the best at whatever you are. So if it falls your lot to sweep streets, you sweep those streets like Michelangelo painted pictures, like Shakespeare wrote poetry, like Beethoven composed music. Whatever you find as your life's work, do it well, and do it so well that the host of all of heaven and all of earth will be able to say, here lived a man or woman who did his or her job as if God Almighty called them at this particular moment in history to do it. Thank you all so much.
Wow. We want to thank Mr. Blake Odum for those motivational words. Very moving, very encouraging, and I hope that our rising ninth graders, please take heed and take hold to the words of wisdom that was just spread and poured on you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you again, sir. At this time, we have a special presentation, and I'm going to call up Mr. Skinkle to deliver that presentation. It's unscheduled, so it's not on program.
On the microphone guy too. I've only been given 3 minutes, so unfortunately I can't top you, Blake. But anyway, I'd like to thank the High Point Rockers, man. This place is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Thank you for letting us come here. And this is a very beautiful, beautiful place, and you guys are all very beautiful people. And if I do say beautiful, you guys probably think of who? Beyonce, right? Well, beauty comes from the heart, doesn't it? It comes from inside. Thank you very much. Beauty comes from inside. That's true. And I'm thinking about, I gotta hold this together because this is tough. I gotta hold it together. There's a very beautiful person we have on staff here. She's been giving out her heart to this community for many years, many years. She's given it to me. She's given it to you guys, children, all throughout this area. She's retiring. Can I have her step up on the stage, please? Miss Chrissy Lucas. Miss Chrissy Lucas, come on up. We have a little presentation for her because this is her swan song right here. And what a beautiful place it is for her to do this. I hope I get the same reception. Yes, sir. This is Mr. Lilty right here.
Well, Mrs. Lucas, on behalf of all of the teachers and staff at GIAP and the Sun Up Committee, we'd like to present to you these flowers and this little token of appreciation. Thank you for all your years of service.
I'll just say thank you very much.
Thank you. Congratulations, Ms. Lucas. How many years?
29.
29 years of educating students. She deserves her flowers while she's here. Awesome. So we're going to get right into our student recognitions at this time. So I'm going to call on first our team tie teachers to give their student recognitions at this time. And I'm going to say, don't give a speech, but just, flow. Because, we have some preachers, so. And students, when they call your name, please you're going to get up and you're going to come around to receive your certificate.
All right, this certificate is for outstanding student. He has done fantastic all year, from day one until the very end. Not only an A average, but an high A. In fact, he maxed it out every 9 weeks. Jaquan Cyrus. This young lady also she started off slow, but she finished strong. This second semester, she did an outstanding job at just not only engaging on asynchronous work, but also engaging in live sessions. So she really did a terrific job of most progress or improved, and that is Ali Medina Young. And finally, this is the SEL character, and this gentleman was if he was not in class, I always missed him because he kept the class going. And he was always honest and straight up with how he was doing that day, and that is Kylie Collins. Mr. Skinkle.
Hello guys, I didn't introduce myself. I am Mr. Skinkle, the science teacher on Team Tide, the the team right here. I'm going to present a couple of awards. I'm not sure if this young man is here, but he really rocked it out this year, all year long in each and every one of our classes. His name is Jaquan Harrison. He is here. All right. Jaquan. Great student, great guy. I wish you the best of luck, Jaquan.
Thank you.
Absolutely, man.
What do I got?
Got some fans. Next student, what a character he is. In all of our classes, he would come in and he would be the first one to say, "Good morning, Mrs. Gingle. How's everybody doing?" Awesome. Christopher Worko Jones. Step forward, please. Another amazing individual. He's making his way up here. I'm going to go ahead so that we can get out of the sun here, right? Okay. I do like to see, by the way, all those Yankee hats out there. I feel good. I feel at home. Thank you, gentlemen. Oh, Yanks. All right. The next award is for a young lady who, from the beginning of the year, she was working. She was doing pretty good, but then by the end, she really kicked it in. And a lot of that has to do with one of the people that had an award. I'm not going to say any names, but her name is Adriana Smith. Come on up, Adriana. Doc Williams is next.
I'm Dr. Williams, a math teacher, and I'd like to start off by presenting the most progress or the best effort. And this goes to Aiden Byron. And I just want to say congratulations for finishing strong for the fourth quarter. And I want to encourage him to continue the good work. Congratulations, Aiden. The next award goes to Brittany Mcintyre. Brittany Mcintyre attended more than 95% of live sections, and she always submitted quality work on time. And I just wanted to say thank you, Brittany, for adding value to our math class. And the Outstanding Student Award for Math goes to Jakaylen Walker. Jakaylen Walker also attended more than 95% of the live sections. And for all quarters, she had one, if not the highest grade in math. And I just wanted to encourage her to continue to seek knowledge and continue to soar.
Hey there, I'm Ms. Huff. I taught ELA, and I have 3 certificates as well. My first one goes to the student that named our class Ms. Huff's Believe It or Not, because we read about things that were unbelievable, and he kept the highest grade in ELA pretty much consistently all year, and that is Matthew Bryant. The next award is Most Improved, and this student admitted, he said, I did not have the best 7th grade year, but he came into 8th grade and rocked it out. He started off with an A and consistently kept an A all year. Taylor Watson. And my last award is for SEL character, and this student has significant challenges, as you will see when he comes up. He is in pain a lot, but he did not miss live sessions unless he was out of town at a doctor's office, and he always had a smile on his face. He brought joy to our homeroom sessions and to all of my ELA classes. Jeremy Echenike.
we're so grateful to have this virtual academy because as you can see, we have a variety of students with a variety of needs. And I just think about if we weren't in existence, you know, some of our students would really be struggling in a traditional setting due to various reasons. So I'm really grateful for these students, again, excelling. And again, regardless of your background or where they came from or your reasons for being here or whether your parents made you come, as of today, again, you all are successful. So I just want to say that again. That really blessed me. All right, so at this time, we're going to call up Team Tsunami. And I told y'all we had preachers, right? All right, Team Tsunami, if you all can come at this time and present your awards.
All right, I'm Teacher Cook, and I'll get started with the Team Tsunami Awards. I'm going to do these two at a time because I teach both Math 8 and Math 2. All right, so the first two are for outstanding students. One of these students, I love him, he's my fellow Northerner, but I'm going to say this, and this is the end of it. It is called soda, not pop. I know you're from the Midwest, but pop is an onomatopoeia. English teacher verification. There you go. Oh, I'm sorry. I said it's soda, not pop. Pop is an onomatopoeia. And this other student, I love him. He's awesome. He doesn't come to class much, but we do have email interaction, and I got to know him during testing. So these two students are Dylan Davis and David Dean, both outstanding students.
Come around. You gotta come in the front.
Thank you.
Y'all go out that way. Come around. This is our first rodeo. Congratulations. Thank you.
All right, next I have two students for Most Progress Improved. These students have definitely got caught up with their work, making sure they're asking questions, making sure that they're submitting their assignments. So I have Chelsea Cooper and Odum Hutchinson. All right, and lastly, I have the SEL, Best Character. This student is so awesome. These two students are so awesome. And they always let me know if I didn't open an assignment or publish it, keeping me in my organizational mind frame. And those students are Bryce Husband and Fire Butte.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good hot afternoon, everyone. I have an award for my top student. This student wrote me the most beautiful letter after a really hard day. She is awesome, but she's shy. Kind of reminds me of myself when I was little. She's going to go far. Got offers for the middle colleges. Sent me her paper to edit and for suggestions, and I just want her to know that she's going to go far because I see the God in you. Her name is Alicia Kozart. My next award goes to a student who has been with me for 2 years. Not shy at all, but lacked a little confidence. And I kept saying, you got this, you're an awesome swimmer, you're gonna be an awesome reader and an awesome writer. And he knocked that test out the park. Woo! Alex Powell. Take a look at those shoes, guys. And my last award goes for the most progress for this school year. This student didn't come to class at the very beginning, but he started coming, and he was the one lone voice sometimes that I would hear in the afternoon, and I got to see that handsome face today, Micah Edwards.
So in science class, I had a lot of kids that were way at the top and a lot of kids competing for my most outstanding student for the year. So that award ended up going to Alicia Lee. My most progressed student goes to a young lady that has really worked hard. I see her in live classes, and she doesn't miss many, and she really, really deserves this award this year. Atia Bimbe.
Congratulations, sweetheart.
Good job. So if you came to my life science classes this year, there's one person everybody knows. She was a great student, but she was also kind, and really deserves this SEL Character Award because she always had a kind word to say to everybody. She always had a lot to say to everybody. Casey Palin. Congratulations.
Good morning. As a social studies teacher here at GF, there were a lot of students that were in competition for my most outstanding student, but I would like to acknowledge this young lady. She shows up to live classes, she interacts, she talks, discusses things, and she does not throw away her shot, Cheyenne Smith. For my most progressed student, I'd like to acknowledge a young man who sometimes had to turn in an assignment 2 and 3 times until it got right. And he stayed there and he kept putting in the effort. And I want to acknowledge that. Isaiah Hughes. And I get to see you smile today. And during live sessions, I've had many students that have been like my guiding light, because as a teacher in a virtual school, you feed off of the students' energy sometimes. And I'd like to acknowledge one of those lights for me for SEL Character. That would be Caroline Hogue.
Good morning, I'm Mr. Beekman. I'm here to present also on behalf of Ms. Kumar's class. All right, so for the first one, this student always kept us on our toes. She demonstrated great leadership in the classroom, and also challenged us with Blickets. This was her favorite review game. Miss Atia bin. Our next student is one who always reached out, also challenged us teachers, keeping us on our feet, Mr. Marcus Paperback. For excellent effort is Brock Reed, who always would reach out when he needed help. Always kept up to date with assignments. Brock?
Awesome, thank you. Now we'll have our Encore Awards. So at this time, Encore teachers, can come forward.
Good morning, approaching afternoon. My name is Kay Butler, and I am the band teacher, orchestra teacher here. Outstanding achievement today goes to Mr. Sean Taylor. He was an excellent student for me all year long. I'm so proud of him. Sean Taylor. One of my most terrific students as well. This one goes for excellent effort. This goes to Brittany Mcintyre. Very proud of her. And then my social and emotional learning award, a student who came so often to class, I'm very proud of him for all the effort he put in, is Joshua Dominguez.
Hey, for modern music, my name is Andre Graham. I have 3 awards. All of them are excellent effort awards. The first one goes to Matthew Bryant. Matthew, you rock also. The second one goes to Bryce Huffman. And the third one, even though he's not here, is Fire Butte. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Mr. Lilja. I teach a course called ELD Reading for the multilingual learners, and I'm actually wearing 3 hats this morning. The first one is for Miss Capel, our art teacher, and she has 1 award for excellent effort, and that goes to Ms. Gabriela Santos. And the next hat I'm wearing is for Miss Ingram. She's our STEM teacher. She also has 1 award for excellent effort, and this goes to Jaquan Harrison. And finally, for myself, for my multilingual learners, unfortunately they couldn't be here today, but for the highest grade in ELA goes to Sophia Medina Young. Let's give her a round of applause. For outstanding character, that is Aaliyah Medina Young, her sister. And finally, the student that's progressed the most this year was the student I actually had last year, and it's leaps and bounds where he was in 7th grade and where he's finishing our school right now in 8th grade, and that goes to Mr. Josias Calderon.
Good morning, I'm Ms. Encore Awardees, and I teach computer your science discoveries. I have 3 awards. The first is for the highest grade in CS discoveries for this quarter is Maya Alcantara. The next for excellent effort this quarter is Ariana Saunders. And our SCL Character Award in CS Discoveries 3 is for Aiden Byron.
Hello friends, it's Miss Gilmore, the business education teacher. My first award goes to an outstanding student in business, Alicia Kozart. I have a few excellent effort awards, and they go to Kaya Dalton, Javon Collins, and Jeremy Aniche. And my SEL Character Award goes to Andre Canada.
Morning, I'm Coach Maness, PE teacher. Say something real quick. Anybody that knows how hard it is to get yourself motivated to get up and work out every morning, you know that struggle's real. This young lady got up every day, brought family members in to work out with her, really pushed me to be better as well. So my excellent effort award goes to Alicia Kozart. And my FCL Character Award goes to a young man. Man, I love seeing him every day. Can't give you a better compliment. He's the kid that you want to date your daughter. He's that kid. Javon Collins.
Good morning. I'm Miss Shaw, Coach and P as well. Excellent effort, Sean Taylor. Excellent effort, Atia Bimbek. And best SEL, Micah Edwards.
At this time, I'm going to call on Ms. Nicole Cutler, our assistant principal, and Ms. Kimball, our other assistant principal, to present academic recognitions and attendance awards.
All right, here we go. For A honor roll, we have Kaya Dalton, Jakaylen Walker, and this is A honor roll for 4th quarter. Alicia Kozart, Dylan Davis, David Deans, Cora Dodato, Scarlett Fernando, Bryce Huffman, Arielle Nolan, Cheyenne Smith, Jaleel JL Spinks, Gabriela Santos, Jaquan Harrison. Jaquan Cyrus. Give it up for A honor roll for fourth quarter. Now we have AB honor roll for fourth quarter. Joshua Jarrett. Jeremy Ickeney. Brittany McIntyre. Brock Reed. Maya Alcantara. Micah Edwards. Lily Hernandez. Carolyn Hogue. Isaiah Hughes. Caitlin Oglesby. Anissa Minimal Tukes. And Peter Ty. Now we have A honor roll for the entire 2021-2022 school year. Alicia Kozar. Dylan Davis. David Deans. And Cheyenne Smith. AB honor roll for the entire 21-22 school year. Maya Alcantara. Joshua Dominguez. Scarlett Fernando. Bryce Huffman. Zach Magno. Anissa Minimal Tukes. Javon Collins. Coatsworth Courts. Jaquan Cyrus. Kaya Dalton. Jaquan Harrison. Carolyn Hogue. Joshua Jarrett. Brittany McIntyre. Arielle Nolan. David Powell. Peter Ty. And JL Speaks. Congratulations to our A and AB honor roll students. Here's Miss Kimball with perfect attendance.
Good morning, how are you doing today? All right, perfect attendance. We have Jordanius Archie, Diamond Bates, Omari Brown, Matthew Bryant, Kylie Collins, Chelsea Cooper, Jaquan Cyrus, Dylan Davis, David Deans, Joshua Dominguez, Javon Drummond, Jaquan Harrison, Javon Hawkins, Caroline Hope, Bryce Huffman, Zariah Hyatt, Joshua Jarrett, Christopher Johnson, Christopher Jones Worker, Alicia Lee, Brittany Mcintyre, Arielle Nolan, Casey Paylor, Christopher Jones Working, Jeremiah Pearson, LaAnjanae Pete, Tremaine Reinhardt, Tyler Settle, Cheyenne Smith, Taylor Watson, Jamez Wilson. Let's give a grand round of applause for these students who got out of their beds every day and put that computer on. Congratulations.
Ms. Kimball, that is so real. I don't know if they got out the bed, but they turned that computer on every day. And it was a long list, and as a principal, that makes me very proud to be able to call so many names to recognize their academic excellence as well as their attendance. So let's give it up for all those who received an award thus far. At this time, we had the honor and pleasure to induct our first chapter of the National Beta Club. I'm going to call Miss Mortensen Creed to come and recognize them. They're just going to stand and wave. They don't need to come forward. And then followed by Miss Richards, our Counselor of the Year, by the way, for Guilford County Schools. She will be coming to recognize all of our magnet awardees.
Beta Club is a National Honor Society combining academics, service, and leadership. Our motto is, let us lead by serving others. Our inductees not only had to be nominated for the academic performance, but they also had to do service hours in order to qualify to be a part of the Beta Club. And it is with great pride that I ask our 2021-2022 inaugural inductees to stand and be recognized. Peter Ty, Dylan Davis, Ariel Nolan. And these students had a combination of over 200 service hours this year. Good job, guys.
Good morning, everyone. So I get to talk about the kiddos who have just done amazing. I'm just so proud of this 8th grade class. They've been through so much, and well, parents, y'all know that Ms. Harris and I send you all a monthly email with updates about important things that are happening at GIA and in GCS. And so if you recall, think back to that winter email, December, January, February, where we were encouraging students to apply to those amazing GCS magnet programs. We had several students who not only applied, but were offered a seat, and they accepted seats at some of the best high school programs in the state. And so when I call your name, please stand and wave at your parents in this crowd, and remain standing until I have called all of the names. Nyla Ali, Andre Canada, Elisha Kozart, Kaya Dalton, Dylan Davis, Javon Drummond, Scarlett Fernando, Emma Julian Torres, Javon Hawkins Jr., Christopher Johnson, Mina Johnson, Zach Marcus Magno, Ariana Sanders, Gabriela Santos, Cheyenne Smith, Gage Smith, and Peter Ty. These students will be attending High Point Central IB, Dudley Early College Academy, the Academy at Smith Biomedical Technology and Specialized Health Science Magnet, Middle College at Bennett, Early College at Guilford, Middle College at GTCC Greensboro, Middle College at GTCC Jamestown, Western AP Capstone Academy, and the JRTC magnet programs at Northeast High School, Page High School, and Andrews Aviation Academy, Southern Academy, and last but certainly not least, Weaver Academy. Thank you all.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So now we're at the point of our celebration and ceremony where we get to recognize all of our 8th graders as they move on up to high school. So at this time, I'm going to call Team Todd to go ahead and line up. But before we do that, I'm going to ask Mr. Howell if he can come forward first.
Good afternoon. Once again, we want to honor, first of all, Jakaylen Chambers. His sister, Makisha Russell, is here, and cousin, Azaria Smith. They'll come up and receive this for Jakaylen.
Also like to recognize the rest of Jakaylen's family that are also here. Thank you all again for coming out. And our prayers and thoughts are still with the family. So at this time, we're going to go ahead and call Team Todd to come forward for the remainder of their presentations.
Hello again, guys. I'm Mr. Skakel, science teacher for Team Todd. When I call your name, guys, come on up. Amari Brown, Brooklyn Carpenter, Francisco Chavez, Kylie Collins, Ty Dalton, AD, Eric, De'Ara Gibbons, Benjamin Graham, Jakaylen Griffin, Diamond Hartley, Sanaya Hendricks, Brianna Hightower, Cynthia Malloy, Noelle Marshall, Brittany Mcintyre, Bryce Milton, Jalen Moore, Andrew Murphy, Aiden Rodriguez, Jesse Stewart, Tristan Tao, Jakayla Walker, and Taylor Watson.
Nyla Ali.
Make it keep it.
Y'all come on up to that card. Nyla Ali. Braxton Baker. Donnie Brandon. Matthew Bryant. Aiden Byron. Sias Calderon.
Okay, Kevin called you.
Sean Clark, Shonda Clark, Nizelle DeGree, Daquan Graves, Daquan Harrison, Lawrence Hartley, Shamora Howard, Shania Gordon. Houston Journey, Ziana Lee, Naomi Maldonado Rivera, Sophia Medina Young, Cordell Miller, Jada Moore,
Nice job, Naomi.
Jeremiah Pearson, Angela Pete, Isaiah Perez, Tanaya Roberts, and Danielle Seiler. Dr. Reed.
It's an honor to present the certificates for completion of Dr. Williams' homeroom. We have Adriana Altamura. We have Carter Vara. Quartz. India Curtis, Jaquan Cyrus, Tony Ford, Norm Green,
Devontae Jackson, Dariah Johnson, Christopher Jones, Walker, Zion McCain Roseberry, Jessica McCray, Holden McNary, Tant Moore, Jabri Newkirk, Terrell Price, Taziah Quick, Gabriella Santos,
Parents, it's okay to celebrate. It's not a funeral. This is a graduation. Come on now, let's make some noise for these 8th graders. So when we call names, I want to hear some cheering in the audience, all right? Let's give it up for them, they deserve this.
and Gabriella Santos. Xavier Slide. Ariana Smith. Jonathan Tejeda. And Naja Burnell. And now we have Miss Amen. Maurice Artis. Chloe Bailey. Zoe Bailey. Rylan Burrell. Aiden Bostic. Allison Dam. Shane Davenport. Natalia Ginsey. Joshua Jarrett. Shania Jordan. Tamisa Osai. Travis Quick. Tremaine Reinhardt. Brianna Scott. Hope Sellers. Ava Thompson. Trayvon Van Eaton. Frank Verdosa. Charles Winpool. Jeremy Echineke. And now I will turn it over to Team Tsunami.
Congratulations again, guys. We're very proud of you. Isaac Abernathy, Sanaya Brown, Micah Edwards, Jacob Kendrick, Caitlin Oglesby, Alex Powell, Shamaya Richmond, Blake Sabenthong, Jada Williams, Lily Hernandez, Naib Ahmed,
Gibson. Promise Hatchett. Caroline Hogg. Matthias Houston. Isaiah Hughes. Odum Hutchinson. Andrea Jeremiah Guerra. Anissa Minino Tukin. Ashley Paredes. Wade Parnell. Naisha Ryle. Ariana Sanders. Cheyenne Smith. JL Spinks. Sean Taylor. And Peter Todd.
Alicia Kozar. Dylan Davis. David Deans. Joshua Dominguez. Michaela Pants. Bryce Huffman. Caleb James Forrest. Vina Johnson. Alicia Lee. Tawanda Lovett. Zach Magno. Anifia Paul. Ashton Malone. Ariel Nolan. Casey Taylor. Jaden Rousseau. Tyler Settle. Jamez Wilson.
Jordanius Archie. Jamarian Boyat. Zaire Butte. Eileen Clayman. Chelsea Cooper. Khalil Cox. Lillian Daniels. Jaden Davis. Cora Delgado. Javon Drummond. Javon Hawkins. Caitlin Malcolm. Melvin Riley. Ian Smith. Anaya Spates. Sophia Vitelli.
Shafia Beatty, Jacob Bennett Mitchell, Atia Binbeck, Jesse Douglas, Jeremiah Ellerby, Josiah Gladney, Aaliyah Medina Young, Prince Miles, Luis Mitchell Juarez, Jordan Newman, Marcus Campak, Kamora Poinsett Sanchez, Brock Reed, Alejandro Sierra Guzman, Gage Smith, Rehan Ali, Javon Collins, Zara Hyde.
We just called 179 eighth graders. And so, with the class of 2022 from Guilford eLearning University Prep, please stand. Class of 2022! Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up! Y'all wave at your family, wave at them. Awesome, awesome. At this time, I'm going to ask that the audience please stand as we recess out. Music, please. And the junior marshals are going to escort us out. Parents, you can meet your graduate outside the campus club. Right where you can use your
Congratulations. We did it with all of us. Congratulations. Nice job. Congratulations. Got the fish flops down there. Yeah. Nice job, everybody. Congratulations. Nice job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice job, everyone. Congratulations. Nice job. Congratulations. Hey. Nice job. Congratulations. Congratulations, everybody. Nice job. Congratulations. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you. Congratulations. Nice job. Congratulations.